Welcome to number 2, ladies and gentlemen, of my debate of the weeks, and this is about John Cena, if he wasn't there. Now, I'm going to go in the context of if John did not go into wrestling at all and he stayed in bodybuilding, because that's where he started. He started in bodybuilding. He was a football player in college, but then he became a bodybuilder. Let's say he didn't do it. I'm going to go from there, and I'm going to focus on 2 different directions. One direction, in this hand, is going to be with Brock Lesnar not leaving the WWE and going into football and then UFC. The other one will be if he did do exactly as he did in real life. That he left around 2004 to go from football into UFC and become the UFC World Heavyweight Champion. So this is where we're going. John Anthony Cena never went into wrestling. He basically was and is a bodybuilder. And I take a guess that he would probably be a pretty good one that people would like. Now here we go in 2004 where it would be Brock Lesnar supposed to leaving, but he does not. So what would that mean? Well, the match he had with I'm thinking about Goldberg as a Ryback. Well, the match he had with Goldberg will be totally different. He would focus on it and would be a very strong showing for a Brock Lesnar. He would get put over by Goldberg. Goldberg would put him over and put him over well. And from there we would go all the way up until 2015. Now who would be in the main title scene of this time if Brock Lesnar was there? I'm sure that Christian might be considered in the main title because you wouldn't really have the John Cena. He would be kind of a John Cena light. You would have Edge there, obviously. You would have Batista there, obviously. You would have the Randy Orton. Of course, he would be there. There would be nothing stopping that. I also feel because there would be a lot more room for expansion, you would probably have a few people that we haven't seen in quite a while would be in the main title as well. You would have CM Punk. Because John Cena wasn't there, of course it would be politicking, but I think it would be a little more easier for CM Punk to be World Heavyweight Champion. Not WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But I will say this. If John Cena wasn't there, there would be a possibility that a CM Punk would probably get the title a couple of times, but he would be a transitional champion. Daniel Bryan as well will probably be in the main title, but as a transitional champion as well. And I know a lot of people are going to say that's not fair, that's not right. Let's be honest here. If you're talking about the caliber of a CM Punk compared to a Brock Lesnar, if he had not left the business, there would be no comparison. I'm sorry. Brock isn't just a big guy. He's a big guy that is very, very capable in the ring. So comparing him to a CM Punk wouldn't stand a chance against him in a downright, straight out wrestling match because he would out wrestle him. Daniel Bryan would maybe be a little bit better, but I doubt it. I think CM Punk and Daniel Bryan would be in the same category, that they would be good, but they wouldn't be great compared to Brock. And they would be in the main title scene. They would be transitional champions, like I said, with a Dolph Ziggler. Nothing wrong with being a transitional champion or main event jobber. Just nothing wrong with it. But essentially speaking, during that time, who would be in the Breakfast Club? Of course, Brock Lesnar would be the one who's in that position just under, I'm sorry, the Triple H, where John Cena is. Randy Orton would be there. If Batista didn't leave, he would be there. Edge definitely would be there. There would be no question he would be there. And those would be the people that would be in the Breakfast Club. Now, who would be here in 2015? Now, Edge is not there because he was injured. And if Batista was still working, he would be there, along with Brock Lesnar, along with Randy Orton. Those would be the 3 along with Triple H. There wouldn't be any Edge. Now, could you say that you could put Daniel Bryan in that position? Or CM Punk? it would be questionable. I don't know if they would actually put them there, but because the crowd would love them, they would be easily considered. Now let's go with Brock Lesnar not being there. Let me recap. John Cena never went into wrestling, went to OVW. And the ones who came from OVW would be Brock Lesnar, it would be Randy Orton, it would be Batista. And it would be, well, and Edge had already been there for a while, so he would be there already. So by 2004, Brock Lesnar did what he did with Goldberg and left. So who will we have to go in his place? Well, the best person that would have been strong enough to get in that place would have been, I believe, Edge. Now, I know you're going to say, dude, what about Randy Orton? What about Batista? Batista and Randy Orton, by that time of 2004, were not ready yet. But John Cena was thrust into that position. Now, Edge, by that time, was really beginning to build up by himself and work on his own. Of course, he didn't really get very far until he became the rated R superstar by around 2004, 2005. 2006 is when he gained the Money in the Bank briefcase and became the greatest, I can't even remember the word right now. For some reason, I'm blanking on it. Opportunist, sorry. I blanked on it. It must be the allergy medicine I'm on. It's pretty strong. But you get my point. I believe Edge would have been the top guy there. Randy Orton would have his moment. Batista definitely would get into that spot easily. And then I think the ones after that would be, if they were given the opportunity, Kofi Kingston, if Randy Orton didn't fuck him over in 2009 to 2010. Kofi would be in the main event, but he wouldn't be in the Breakfast Club. I'm sorry. I wish he would, but he wouldn't. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk would be in the same positions as I said if Brock Lesnar was there. They would be possibly in the main event as transitional champions. They would be main event jobbers. Now, in the Breakfast Club, you would have Edge, you would have Randy Orton, you would have Batista. I do believe this, that a person that might be considered might have also been Jericho. Now, the reason I would say that is that Jericho was around that time, and he really got a lot of following. And I know a lot of people are going to say, come on, Vince and Triple H would never like a WCW guy. That's the reason why he got so many IC championships. True. But let's say, because both of them are Canadian, and I'm talking about Edge and Chris Jericho, maybe they might see something a little bit different in Chris because it's all about the Canadians. Never know. This could be something that it would work. And I believe Edge is a Canadian. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm thinking that he might not be. But if he isn't, sorry. But you get my point. I do believe Chris Jericho would be in the Breakfast Club, but more of a part-timer. Because he would be doing more about Fonzie and trying to do some movies. And in the end, it would be Edge who would be on top. At least until 2011 when he hurt his neck so badly that he had to be out. So who would be on top after that? It would be Randy Orton. Because there wouldn't be anyone else left. Because Batista, he's been in and out a lot. So he wouldn't probably be there. Brock Lesnar, if he did come back like he did before, he would be in the Breakfast Club, but it would still be Triple H, Randy Orton. Maybe you would add an extra person in there that you think deserve it. I don't know. Maybe JBL. You could say JBL, but I'm thinking that it's kind of stretching it. And the only reason I mentioned JBL because he was during the Attitude Era. A lot of people really respect him. He's gone to NXT. He's a commentator. He could also be a general manager. I think he would make a good person to go in the Breakfast Club, even though it's kind of stretching it. But this is what I believe would happen if John Cena did not exist in wrestling. But that's just my point of view. You guys tell me below what yours is. So I hope you enjoyed this debate of the week. Please give me a comment below. Give me an idea for a debate of the week, what you think I should come up with, and do some research on. I really would like your input, because I like to try and do more of these. It gives me something new to try. So have a good day, and excuse me, my allergies are really messing with me. I'm not myself. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace out!